Hello guys, I just want to show you that I have Ryo Sanada, and I'm gonna do a synopsis on what I feel about him. I think this guy is one of the best DPSs in the game, hands down. But because of the meta that he's in right now, he's just not as strong. If this was like season 2 or 3, this guy would be insane. But let's get to his talent. I have his talent right here, but we'll go to Langrisser to actually look at his full talent, which is Flames of Benevolence. Attack and defense plus 10, plus 15, plus 20%, and 25% at 6 stars. So there's like 2 general ways to increase your damage output in this game. If you look at Altamuller, he doesn't have much damage mods in his kit, but because of his talent being able to stack on attack at high levels, he actually has some pretty insane output. And Ryo actually benefits from this. I mean, for you to be able to increase your attack and defense by 25% just flat out from your talent is really good. This is like one of the basic building blocks of what makes him a great single target DPS. His goal is to get in close and just destroy the tank. The problem is if you can do it or not in this meta, but this is a good starting point for his talent. When attacking and entering battle, will not die when taking fatal damage, instead returning to the HP amount before dealing damage. Can only occur 1 to 2 to 3 times per battle. So at 6 stars, he can die when attacking 3 times. This is actually pretty powerful, but it takes some brain power because in the world of Thorns, this dude can actually kill himself before he can actually get to the next attack, depending on your star level. But overall, this is incredible for a single target DPS. This makes him insane in PvE content because he actually can guarantee you the kill on a target and not die. He can actually guarantee you the damage on a target and not die, which is pretty insane. I think his overall potential was kind of nerfed by the meta that he's in, but when you just these 2 right here, man, makes him really good as a DPS. So now we kind of get to where he kind of falls short. We'll talk about it. Before attacking and entering battle, or when ending an action within the danger zone, gain armor wildfire. Damage dealt plus 5, 8, 11, 15%. Physical damage taken minus 10, 15, 20, 30%. Movement plus 1. Immune to all debuffs. Last 3 turns. Cannot be immunized or dispelled. The effect can only be gained once every 6, 6, 6, or 5 turns. Alright. Flat out, in PvE content, this is amazing. Because the nature of like high-end battles, the target will just stay in one place and you move around and you attack it. And this is where this guy shines. So he ends battle in the danger zone, which is pretty much going to be at the whole time. And he gains the armor wildfire. So this is the second layer of his damage modification. So he gets the stat boost, just the flat stat boost. Then he gets his damage dealt increase, which is really important. This is one of the most important aspects of a damage dealer. Once you can modify his damage and increase it, they become great. Physical damage taken. This is like really great. This is what tanks get. And movement plus 1. I guess it's alright in PvE content. It's more important for PvP content. And you're immune to all debuff. This is super cool. Oh my gosh, this is insane. You're immune to all debuffs, so when you're attacking these big bosses, you're not even worried, man. This is like free damage and he can't die. This is what makes this guy so great. But it only lasts 3 turns. This is the problem in PvP. I mean, I know we live in the meta of burst damage, but this guy is an infantry, so he only starts at 3 movement. You give him Apex Boot, he gets 4. Then you have to position him to activate this, and you get 5. So you're looking at turn 2 or turn 3 where he can actually get to the opponent and attack. In this meta now, that's kind of a lifetime. And if you don't successfully execute this attack that you're planning, you gotta wait 5 more turns in order to get all this good stuff again. It's okay in like PV content because he's always gonna be able to live. You got a tank, you got healers and stuff like that. But it's gonna be hard in PvP to justify that. He's just so slow. And I think this is like the worst aspect of his design. In a different meta, at a different time, he'd be like absolutely broken. But in this new meta, he falls flat. That's okay. So you have the bomb requirements. You just got to get his intimacy to level 5. You just got to get his. You only have to get his level to level 30. They always do this with the weaker character. You do less in order to get their bonds open. And like I said, if you have both Kyura and Ryo, you can knock their honor intimacy by doing time rift 3-1. You just put both of them in the party. And of course, you have these 2 aspects that you class change in order to get them. So it's whatever. But I don't like the fact that they weaken Ryo so much. They could have made him a better character. All they had to do is give him an act again skill and he'd be ready to go. Like he gets like Elwyn, he gets to act again, move 4 squares and attack. It's not that hard. This guy's strong enough. But anyway, let's keep going. Another interesting aspect of him is his class sets. You have God or Fire or whatever, which is his infantry class, which gives you 563 attack, 349 defense, 275 magic defense, and 138 skill. This is a more offensive class. But when you get to Wildfire Benevolence, which is the holy class, which is pretty cool, you still get the same attack, but you get less physical defense and more magic defense. I think overall this is probably better because you don't have the sword weakness anymore to hinder you. So I think this is better. I think that's really good. I think his soldier bonus is incredible. 40% attack, 40% HP, 10% defense, 10%. That's perfect for offensive DPS. So there's no complaints here. That's really good. Like I said, no complaints. No complaints. Alright, so you go to his basic skills. He has Air Slash, which is decent. Air Slash is decent for PvP content. Defense Break is actually good for Thunder Dragon. So this is really good. So if you want to keep him sword and you want to do Thunder Dragon, he's pretty good at Thunder Dragon. Sun Slash, another good single target DPS skill for PvP content. You attack and restore HP, which actually overlaps with his talent and overall design, which is really good. Benevolent Fighter, adversity when HP is less than 70%, attack and defense plus 10, garbage. God of Fire, attack support, large. Have to take an action against allies within 2 blocks, damage dealt plus 50%, as well as immunity to attack and reduction in effects of Sun's active skills. This is kind of garbage. Simply put, he's a single target DPS, and he doesn't have that many support options anyway. Not even support options in his cat. He's kind of a selfish unit. So this is really dumb. I don't see the point of it. Flare up now. Attacks a single enemy, dealing 1.3 damage. Before battle, dispels 2 buffs from target. Notice that the cooldown is 2, which is really good. If this unit has armor, wildfire, then will attack twice when using this skill. This is really good. This is awesome for PvE content. And on some level, PvP content if you can get him next to the opponent. Really good. Yeah, really good. Wildfire Benevolence, passive when taking action. If this unit is within the danger zone, restore 10% HP to this unit for every other allied unit on the map. Really good for PvE content. This is really good. PvP, I'm not sure. I haven't tested it out. Unlike Kyura, I haven't used him, so I can't justify that this skill will be good in PvP. But in PvE, this is really good. Wildfire Punch, another 2-cost skill. I mean 3 costs. This is not bad still. 3 costs is not bad. Attacks a single enemy dealing 1.4 damage. Melee soldiers will also attack. This is really good because you got range of 2. I guess that's why the cooldown is 3. If this unit has armor of wildfire, then stun the enemy before battle. Really good. This attack is not affected by melee range damage, melee range penalty, so these soldiers will actually do maximum damage. Another really good skill. God of Fire, the sword. When in danger zone, chance of being critically hit, -10%. Okay. Wildfire Benevolence, AoE damage taken, -10%. Really good. Because Heartbond skills are pretty much trash most of the time. This is really good. God of Fire when HP is below 50% damage dealt plus 10%. This is actually really good. Because sometimes when he gets killed, his HP will be below this. And so he'll get the damage increase. Really good skill. Wildfire Benevolence. When melee attack and entering battle. Damage dealt plus 10%. So. His heart bonds are better at level 7 than level 4, but level 4 gives you this nice one in Wildfire Benevolence. So this is really good. His heart bonds are actually better than Kyura. So let's go back to his 3C, which is only 3 cooldown of 3, which is really good. Passive: an attacking and entering battle, inflict melt armor, physical damage taken plus 10%. Really good. This is really good. So this always activates. Last one turn. If this unit has armor wildfire, inflict 15% instead. Really good. This guy's really good in PvP content. He's like that last boss killer. He'll be killing Bozos and Gizros. Really good. Physical damage: attack single enemy dealing 1.5 damage. Damage mod is not that high, but it is a 3-turn cooldown. And when you look at Sword Soul, they're like 5, so it takes 5 turns. So this is not bad. Before entering battle, cause all enemies within 2 blocks to be unable to activate revive effect. This is really good. So even if he doesn't hit the tank, he actually disables revive effect. That's really good. Last one turn. This effect only occurs in arena mode. No duh. If this unit has armor wildfire, then it will attack twice using the skill. This is really good. It's kind of odd because this is like a cooldown of 3. So, why would you use Wildfire Punch? Except for the range, there's no point of using Wildfire Punch. You take Blazing Aura. You take his 3C. You don't take this. You actually take Flare Up now. Next take Flare Up now or Sun Slash or Air Slash. His 3C is so good that just I don't see the point in taking Wildfire Punch. I just don't see the point. Something to think about. Anyways, as far as equipment goes, I think let's go to let me see. This is the class that can only this is actually a really good one for him. This is actually really good. I actually have a Mjolnir sitting in the wings. I feel bad. I just can't build him. I just don't have the resources. But this is actually a good hammer for him. This is actually another good hammer for him. Because when you lose allies, you get the dispel and you get healing, which is really good. As far as swords go, I think the Defender and the new sword that came out is actually excellent sword for him to use. Yeah. I think this is the best one right now. Save for the new collab sword that comes out. I think that's like the best sword for the best weapon for him. But the Holy class can equip hammers, and I think those are the best hammers. As far as armors goes, there's 2 armors in particular I think that are really good. Bloodline and AO's battle armor. But a new collab armor is probably the best because it can defend against both. But if you don't have those, you can also go with this. Because when his HP gets below 50%, his attack and skill increase. And that will happen if you die hitting the unit. So I think this armor is really good. I think this armor and this armor is really good. It's kind of weird that he can equip this, but I guess because he's a holy class. Anyway. Helmet. I think this is the best helmet, of course, because he's going to have some cooldown on turns. Like, because it's low movement, he's going to move, and he can automatically activate this. I think that's pretty much the best helmet for him. You can use this if you want to. I don't see the point. This is actually really good, because after taking action, you got a chance to increase all damage taken by 15%. Because when you fight big bosses, you won't kill them in one hit. It'll be over time. So this actually works well. I would never give him 10 yield, but you could if you want to. And if you're on a budget, you can use this too. As far as attacking equipment goes, he actually wants the collab equipment that makes you get increased damage against horses to counteract his damage. Because when we go back to troops, you'll see that he has a lot of infantry troops. So, but if not, this is actually really good too. Divine defense. So, because he gives you defense and attacks, so that's pretty good as well. And you can use Apex boots. Apex boots is really good as well. Where is Apex boots? Yeah, you can use Apex boots in his infantry class. Let's go back to his soldiers. Heavy infantry and Vanguard Lancer, which I actually have leveled up, are really good. When your soldier HP is below 70%, attack 45%, he actually can use these effectively. Because most of the time when he's attacking, sometimes he will die and this effect will kick in. So it's kind of situational though. It's not going to work all the time. Heavy infantry is actually good because it's kind of balanced. When attacking, attack plus 30%. When defending, defense plus 30%. So that will help. And when you go to mass maids are super good on him. For any battle, lose 5% current HP and gain attack, defense, and magic defense plus 45%. They're really good on him. And I think this is one of his best soldiers. Them and Exorcist is a tank unit. Yeah, when battling demons, yeah, it's better on tanks and squishy healers. You want him to attack, and you're not going to be battling demons all the time. I think Zealot is really good. Emperor's Personal Guard is really good too. And Proto State is really good. And Highland Warrior. Let's go to Zealot first. When your HP is above 80% and for every buff, attack, defense, magic defense plus 50% up to 45%. He's going to always have a buffer in PvE content. And if you're doing PvP right, he should have a buffer. And Landius is pretty consistent in PvP. Not as good, but if you're going to use this guy, you're going to probably need Landius, so you'll always have buffs on him. And I don't see a point of taking him into PvP without a buffer. There's no point. If you don't have a buffer for him, he should not be. You shouldn't play him in PvP because he needs every bit of stats. And later we'll go into that. Why he needs all of his stats. Him and Kaiyura need all of their stats, man. These characters are getting harder and harder to build. But this is a good unit for him. Emperor's Personal Guard is good for one reason. Magic damage taken minus 30%. This is important because he's going to get roasted. He's going to get freaking toasted. When you look at this dude, unless you take the Holy class, his magic defense is 275, which is low. Even at this is kind of like so-so. And unless you're in your armor, you don't get this. It's only physical damage, so it doesn't matter. So he needs to have this class sometimes just to get him out of a tight spot, especially when Tensei Jessica's running around, just to see if he can live. This is also a decent unit because it takes his class disadvantage and it has damage mods into it. So good soldier. Highland Warrior is just overall good soldier, and damage taken minus 50%. Overall good soldiers. But as you notice, they're like 1, 2, 3, 4 of his soldiers are infantry. So that's why I suggested that the new accessory be used on him because of his soldiers. Kind of sucks, but that's just the way it goes. I mean, he's a solid character. As far as enchants go, Breeze is kind of like a must-have because he needs that extra movement in order to get where he's going. In fact, I don't really suggest Breeze. I don't see how you what else that you do unless you teleport him and stuff like that. But he needs to have a more consistent way of moving across the field. If someone that has another suggestion of a enchant, because I won't suggest another enchant besides this. I just won't because of his movement. That's just the way it goes as far as I'm concerned. But as far as this dude's stats go, man, you want to go attack first, you want to go HP, then you want to go defense. And you actually want some skill on this guy because he actually has decent skill. So you actually, when you look at his stat spread, you want to take advantage of his media attack. He needs this so he can go and crush tanks. Because most tanks, I mean all tanks use physical attack. So you want his defense, his HP to be extremely high. But then you want him to have some crit too. And if you're lucky, you can get some magic defense. But in order of priority, it'll be attack, HP, and defense. And you don't want too much HP that he gets outside of being able to get killed, so he can activate his talent. But if you have too little HP, then you have to worry about thorns. So this stat can be tricky. The attack stat, you just want to pump that up as much as you can. This defense stat, you want to pump up as much as you can. And seriously, if you could, you really want as much skill as you can. That's the problem with him and Kaiyura. The stat demands on them are pretty high in order to make them as functional as possible. Like when you look at my where is he at? Where's Vargas at? When you look at my Vargas, his stat demands are really low. All he wants is HP, defense, and magic defense. He doesn't want anything else. In fact, when you look at his stat spread, he hits 300 here, hits 700 there, and he has HP because he doesn't use attack and he doesn't use int. So therefore, you only have to focus on 3 stats with him, and you really don't have to really focus on magic defense as much. But with Ryo and Kaiyura, you have to focus on more than 3 stats. You got to focus on your HP, you got to focus on your attack, you have to focus on defense, and you have to focus on skill. It's kind of odd that his skill is actually an important stat for him, but he attacks so much that in order to get the most out of his attack, you really want to have some skill so you can get some crits in. And if he can crit the tank, he usually kills the tank. On the Chinese server, when they do use him to kill stuff, he gets a crit and he kills. So if he does not get that crit and he does not kill, he doesn't have any like safe options. He doesn't have retreats, or he doesn't do like Ariane Rod where she can like raise her defenses so she barely takes damage. He has none of those things. So he's got to go in and he's got to kill something, or unless he he is rendered useless. I just think the only problem I have with him really is that they didn't give him a skill to increase his movement that he can quickly move in, get this effect. Because that, think about it, if he moved in, you use the act again skill, you automatically activate this skill because a turn has passed since he used the act again skill, and then he goes in and kills the tank. That'd be pretty cool, but they did not do that. So that's just my thoughts. Anyways, if anybody is trying to build them, I'd like to showcase their videos or anything. I hear that the Wiki Aggressor guy, Pierre Lovell, that he's actually going to build them, so I'm excited to see what he does with Ryo, because he has a lot of potential. He just needs to get there, and once he gets there, it's over. Anyways, guys, have a great day and goodbye.